The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is up, everybody? Good evening. Hello. How are you? It is time for the War Room. It is your host, me, the Appalachian American, and I'm coming to you live from my studio, just hanging out and ready to hang out with all you guys. I got a couple guests with me tonight. First off, my left-hand man, the author himself, David Applegate.
G'day, friends and fans. Welcome to another show. And yes, that loud noise in the distance is John McCain cheering from his grave.
Yay. Hey, we got a doctor in the house. His name is Dr. Coffin Nails.
Hello, and one of my doctorates is in pop culture, so I'm here to shoot the what?
Pop
Ooh,
culture.
you got a doctorate in pop culture. That's awesome. Hey, we've got 43
Well,
people watching because I hit breaking and tagged in the Israeli war because we've got some serious stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
DEFCON alert systems is at DEFCON 4 currently. 7 hours ago, they posted about the Israel and Iran conflict could go nuclear. Tensions are rising. Radiation reports inside Iran nuclear facility, but none reported by Iran, have leaked to the outside. There's all kinds of stuff going on. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't even know where to start. There's too much.
Well, the Western media is talking about Iran wreaking havoc on Israel again with another drone strike.
I saw something. But I've been watching a live stream. There's been a live stream going on where they've just been covering the skyline. Just you could see what's going on. There's been some bombs dropping, all kinds of craziness. Do you think we're looking? I think we're on the precipice of war here.
According to, go ahead, Dave.
I think the media is pushing for a war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The media definitely for sure is. I'm.
It's even worse than that, according to what I just looked at.
What?
We're at DEFCON 3.
Ooh.
Which is one step worse than DEFCON 4. So
let me look up here real quick, see what I got. So, where are you seeing that at? Because I'm looking at their X account.
Oh, well, that's probably more accurate than what I'm looking at.
The X account 22 hours ago went to DEFCON 4. So unless they've done something in the last little bit,
well, DEFCON 4 is better than DEFCON 3.
Okay.
So that's good.
Here's an odd story.
Hang on, before you get into that story real quick, here is the breakdown of DEFCONs, if you guys are unfamiliar out there in watching land. DEFCON 5, normal conditions. DEFCON 4, rising tensions. DEFCON 3, significant risk of conflict. DEFCON 2 is war likely, and DEFCON 1 is nuclear conflict is imminent or underway. So know your signs and be prepared.
Apparently, it's never been worse than DEFCON 3. DEFCON 3 is like Cuban Missile Crisis level. So hopefully we don't get to that.
I mean, that's a good thing. That says that we have maintained and been able to do really well. But we'll see.
Yeah. According to Defense Watch, America is officially at DEFCON 4 and has been for some time but they thought tensions were going to rise into DEFCON 3. But because Iran has mobilized some of its assets. But so far, the Trump administration is resisting urges and waiting to see what Iran's reaction is going to be. Just as like India and Pakistan, a lot of people do not know the initial instigation behind this. And a lot of people, because they hate Israel, is immediately going to say Israel provoked this. But there has been ongoing terrorist campaigns, including a missile strike on an Israeli jet over Israel. The missile was shot down before it hit the civilian aircraft. This is a reaction to an attack on Israel, not an attack by Israel. Israel did not shoot first. The media are deliberately leaving out provocations by Iran over the last week, including mass Shia militias in Iraq, Iran, and Syria, all in the street chanting death to Israel, death to America, death to Britain.
Right.
And is resuming their attacks on or long-range attacks on Israel.
Let's not forget Greta Thunberg. That's a pretty high-level threat right there, too.
Yeah, isn't it amazing that mention that Greta's getting deported and the missile is shot at her aircraft.
And we know of, the battle damage assessment as we continue to look live here in Israel. And there you see an impact on the ground. And remember, there are hundreds of these rockets and missiles happening, we're told, at the same time. This, let's listen in for a second, is likely the third wave.
Again, this is Iran's wet dream, of course, escalation. Iran has long sought to control the region. People
check
forget.
this out. Hypersonic missile.
Yeah.
That thing was moving.
Yeah, Mach 3.
Bam.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in that part of the world. Apparently, according to what I'm reading, the last time America was at DEFCON 3 was September 11th, 2001. So
there you go.
Hopefully we don't get to that point.
In the last
That's wild.
In the last month, Iran has targeted civilians, embassies, oil infrastructure, commercial shipping, and international peacekeeping forces. And this is part of an ongoing campaign of intimidation. Yet the Western media has time and time again ignored the Islamic Republic's leaders to declare time and time again that they are going to wipe Israel off the map and that they are close to holy fire. So there's only one thing in the world we know that meets the definition of holy fire, and that is a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. So we're going to be watching that.
Refuses in the West to show the Iranian leader using the Pacific term holy fire. We will rain holy fire down on Israel. This was not today. This was last week. And shortly after, a missile from Yemen was fired at an airliner over Israel.
Well, didn't something get brought down?
Yeah, they managed to shoot down the missile before it hit.
Oh, I thought there was. I saw a video across. I don't know if it was Facebook or if it was X, but they were collecting wreckage.
Yeah, I think that was the wreckage of the drone. that was
Gotcha.
used.
I was just curious if it was an actual airline because I did see
No.
something about it.
There was an airline. The airline I think you're talking about is India.
Yes, that's where it was, India.
Okay, it looks like the Indian pilot, whether he did this by pilot error or it was what do you call it? The initial landing guidance system was malfunctioning, but he landed too soon. He landed short of the runway on top of a medical school.
Huh.
What's
up, Anime Night? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Anime Night.
Greetings,
Hey,
Anime
good.
Night.
Long time no see, fella.
Yeah, I've been really busy and everything in between.
Heck yeah, we got 140 people watching us tonight.
Oh my.
Nice.
X is on fire with the hashtags of Israeli war and Israel and all the stuff that's going on. We've been kind of watching feed replay over the last couple hours of bombs going off and stuff.
Yeah. If I saw something that said Israel was in the wrong, I'd point it out. But right now, the Western media is ignoring the fact that Iran has been engaging in multiple attacks in Iraq against foreigners, which they have no right to interfere in the domestic affairs of Iraq in the first place. And they have, again, time and time again, armed Houthis, Palestinians, etc., to engage in third-party conflict. And again, the Western media refused to show the fact that the Ayatollah, the dictator of Iran, has called for holy fire to rain down on Israel. And that and last week announced they were close to a nuclear weapon.
Iran or Israel?
Iran. Israel's got nuclear weapons.
Now, they had, let's see, didn't Iran have have a nuclear program before?
Yes.
What happened with that?
It got bombed. So did
Mul-
Iraq. Iraq had a
Mul-
nuclear program and it got bombed.
Yeah, multiple attempts.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anime Night, I've never noticed you got jugs above your head.
Oh, really? Let me enlarge
he's got a
the
poster.
screen here.
I can't quite see it.
Oh,
Got
my.
milk. Yes.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
we
Milk.
do.
I love it.
I have two flags up there. I got
I saw the American flag first, and I was like, hopefully that's got clothing on that won't get me.
Wow.
Oh, she's
there's no nipples.
She has it
You're
open.
safe.
She has it open. You're just she has
Just
it open.
under
But she's,
boob.
I am a
she's still
firm
wearing it.
believer of free the nipple movement. So.
But you're good though. Like it's practically like covered on the nipple part and everything, but you can
Good
still
enough
see
for
the
me.
side. It's just the side of it that you see, but she's still wearing it. You were completely fine.
Anime Night likes to look at that at night, and it's like.
Actually, behind me is also behind me is the double tap from COD Zombies.
He also is like.
Oh yeah, I pissed off a lot of people with the American flag. I'm like, this should be the official American flag of America. I don't give a shit what you feminists say. Bring back sexy chicks. We need the sexy chicks again. We missed them.
That gets the official Dr. Coffinail's approval.
Yeah.
I think I could probably fit one more up there if I'm lucky. I might have to move Ghost Rider though. I might have to move him over there.
Nice.
And put the flag. Oh shoot! I'm gonna have to move everybody over. I'll figure it out. I will figure. I didn't realize how big those flags were until after I hung them up. I'm like, oh dang! I really was off the mark here. But luckily, when push came to shove, I can easily move both of them over and have enough room for everything.
Those are called gays.
Oh no, that's the wrong button. I thought it was.
Very wrong
somebody said, "Oh, here it is."
Swing.
Anytime we talk about boobs, it's like, oh, wrong button.
It's like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It is ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice set of hooters you got there.
There it is. I knew I had one.
Oh,
But-
good for you.
but yeah,
Bam!
but yeah, you're completely safe though. You're completely safe. I was very careful. Like they have some very tame ones, but I wanted to push the envelope a little bit, just a little bit, because we're in enough trouble as is. We're in enough trouble as is with all this, with all of our topics and everything. We're in enough trouble.
Billy Long has just been confirmed as the new IRS commissioner. Elizabeth Warren warns Americans if this isn't stopped, you will pay no taxes to the federal government. Oh, don't threaten me with a good time. You promise?
Promise?
I mean,
is
dude,
just
taxation is
working out
theft. I'm just telling, taxation is theft. So,
Yeah, the government, like any other business, should sell its products direct to consumer.
whoa, hey,
Yeah.
if you plan on protesting in Florida,
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
break it down for you. All right. And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. Throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at.
you guys missed it. Hold on.
Based.
We will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead.
Graveyard dead.
I want to buy that man a beer. I want to buy that man a beer. That man has beer on me for life.
Not just dead, graveyard dead.
Great, nothing's dead, man.
Seal of
Your
approval.
graveyard dead.
That is something else.
That's like next
do you
level
like
dead.
Futurama?
Do what?
Do you like Futurama?
I do. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Alrighty, I'm gonna do you a service here. I'm gonna do you a service.
Quit! No.
See that, like I'm doing you a service
Yeah.
here, buddy. I got you a service.
What is that? Is that
You can
real?
send us a better picture on our
What?
X
Coffin
chat.
nails.
Send
You're
it to
gonna.
Send it to the X chat.
You're gonna hate me for this one. You're gonna hate me. I was over the con weekend.
That looks like Batman the Animated Series.
It is, but guess what? I also met the creator of Batman Beyond.
Oh, nice.
And
You did.
I got
Oh boy.
the producers and his autograph there, and
Oh nice.
I got to meet the animation artist behind Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, and Pinky and the
Oh.
Brain.
You so and so. How far are we into the show?
You lucky
bastard.
so and so.
Hey, apparently there's going to be a humongous ceremony in DC tomorrow for Flag Day.
Ooh.
I just got through watching Batman Beyond again.
I'll probably fly that one. I'll fly that one. See if that not anger a few people.
What's up, Late?
Just
How's it going,
Blake?
Blake?
Hey, Blake. Going back to Florida.
Hey Brian.
Going back to Florida, I can imagine all the liberals saying, "You voted for this," and everybody going, Yes.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
we,
what
yeah,
we're
yeah,
waiting for.
yeah. The parents are in the room. Children, shut up.
Yeah, we did. Hey, they're preparing for a nice celebration tomorrow. That'll be a good time.
This is the victory parade in downtown LA.
Apparently, they're gonna be in uniforms from all different types of wars.
Oh wow.
Good.
So it'll be
It's
kind of a nice display. I'm
It's
I'm
amazing what
interested
you
to see.
can. It's amazing what you can do when you actually send in troops on horses
Yeah.
instead of just letting the city burn for months. You just it's like 5 days. It's over.
Look,
It's like-
it's the California business plan. Our
Mhm.
economy is failing. We need federal funds. Unleash the hounds of violence.
Mhm.
Was it over already? I thought it was still going on.
It's pretty much over, isn't it?
Thought they were gearing up
Hey,
to start
guess what
shooting
they
cops
did?
tomorrow.
It's all over, but the shouting. I mean, it's
What they did is they deployed a whole bunch of drones, followed people back to their houses, and started mass arrests.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one guy get knocked over by a horse. That was pretty
Yeah.
nice.
But apparently they tracked a whole bunch of people, and they found that the Teamsters Union for Democratic California was out there in vans handing out rocks, and they arrested them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
This was not grassroots, okay? This is
No.
organized by
Oh, no, it
behind the
never
scenes
is.
organizations. Yep. No, but I'm
Council
just
Senate
saying,
show up.
for years we've been saying that, but for finally we're getting some arrests.
Mhm.
Treat them like the Jan Sixers. Keep them in jail for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
No
Let's
trial.
do it.
No visitation.
Black
lawyers.
bag them. You know,
And
not
then
even
they'll
let them know where they are.
them and
Yeah.
engage in lawsuits and judges.
They're gonna
will release them.
do that
Yeah.
anyway.
It's
Give
a
give them a
two-tier
good
system,
reason
man.
to.
Hey, can we change topic to something I'm just seeing now and see what you guys are thinking? RFK was on Fox News June 12th, which was yesterday. Says that that big beautiful bill. Why do they call it that? That's stupid.
Because
Yeah.
Trump called it
Stupid
that.
That's dumb.
Well,
Anyway,
it's a good way to remember it. It keeps
okay,
it from-
but it includes a $75 per month healthcare program where you can have a concierge doctor who's available 24/7, no bills, no insurance claim. It's going to be like an old style healthcare. It also includes a health savings account, which can fully pay for things such as gym memberships. This will also create on-site medical centers by employees at various workplaces where workers can go get treated for free if they choose. I mean, does that sound like something that we can? I mean, that almost sounds like government healthcare.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really care about that. I've got really good health coverage right now because I work for the state. But
Right. I mean, that's cool. But I mean, like I have.
I want the no tax on overtime. That's what's going to really help me out.
Yes.
Because I'm making a lot of overtime right now. That's gonna significantly increase my income.
Yeah, I'm ready for that. But I was just curious because I mean that seems too good to be
I
true.
didn't know about that though. Yeah, that does sound pretty good. And how's that going to be paid for? That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, that's apparently in that that bill. I'm looking through some more stuff. There's all kinds of different things going on. I mean, there's even stuff in Russia. Vladimir Putin sat down and apparently doesn't mince words. No U.S. president truly holds power. And now even Donald Trump, once the loudmouth promises peace, shows his true colors by backing attacks on Iran. Just another puppet controlled by deep state, serving the machine while pretending to lead. Right.
Okay.
I don't even know. You got people, massive massive group of ICE agents just rushed and tased anti-ICE rioters blocking the gates of the Newark ICE facility.
Mhm.
That's actually pretty intense. So I'm gonna pull it up because that looks kind of cool. He shut up pretty quickly.
That dispersed pretty quickly, didn't it?
Yeah.
Get up and go! Get up and go!
Is somebody squealing or is that some other noise?
Yeah.
maker? Just arrest them. Well, no,
The paintball guns.
Well, we know the people that support, child trafficking, and
Mhm.
I mean, they're going after criminals
Yeah.
for the most part. I mean, there might be a few that aren't, but I bet you if you ask these people what they're really protesting against, they don't have any clue.
They have no clue. They're stupid.
They're just told to show up and get $200 for the day.
Yep.
They're protesting what they're trying to do that was done pretty much all under Obama's 2 terms, which is just enact the laws, but somehow was halted in the last 4 years.
Well, yeah, and even with all the fanfare and the number of people they have deported, it's Trump's on. It's half. The pace is half of what Obama was doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
not even close.
But it's the next step of the Cloward and Piven strategy. So we got to collapse it. Obama couldn't collapse it without the illegals, so now they need the illegals to collapse
it. Tucker Carlson posted.
Well, that was the whole point. Look.
The RFK is preparing to ban pharmaceutical ads on TV.
Hmm?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, he's also going after the Band-Aid company. I'm trying to find the article now. Apparently, he's found cancer-causing agents in Band-Aids.
Oh, dude, no way.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Here we go.
Well, I mean, they found cancer-causing agents in sunscreen.
Oh, yeah, that's been there for years.
These are the same agents. It's called, hold on. It's called organic fluoride, and it's found in dozens of products, including sunscreen and the coloring and the chemicals in the glue, in Band-Aids. These are forever chemicals found in hundreds of products, and it's the same thing. It's a forever chemical called organic fluoride.
But it's organic, David, so it can't possibly harm you.
So, Dave, so when people got taken down in 2024 for posting about cancer-causing agents in Band-Aids, have been vindicated, as have others who over the years have been trying to warn us about forever chemicals.
Yep.
Now, it's not in the mainstream media. The closest mainstream media we get to covering this article is the Economic Times. The mainstream media is ignoring RFK.
Of course, because because all they want to do
they're
is
in the pockets.
Yep,
they're in the pockets of the oligarchs.
That's all it is.
Yep.
That is all it is, man. That's all they care about.
Oh, their power. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their
But
power,
Daily
their
Mail
money.
actually published this a year ago in his lawsuit. Remember, RFK a year ago was suing these people over exactly that. He was suing Johnson & Johnson about organic fluoride.
Yep.
It's in your sunscreen. It's in your Band-Aids. It's in the chemicals that color so many paints and products.
Now, has it always been there, or is this something they added in the last decade or so?
They don't know exactly when it was added because they think DuPont. They think it started with DuPont in the 60s.
Really?
Okay.
DuPont. Oh yeah. Non-stick pan. DuPont's non-stick. It's poisonous. It's cancer.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It still hasn't been banned, but non-stick surfaces have organic fluoride in them. They're cancer causing.
Yeah. I saw a video on that like a week or two ago, and yeah, the problem is when you heat them up.
Yeah. They actually release fluoride when you heat them up.
Yeah. And then when you add, you start doing stuff with seed oils and all that, it makes it even worse. But yeah. It's
and sunflower oil.
Yeah.
Guess what's one of Ukraine's biggest exports?
Oh, sunflower oil.
Yep.
Yeah, there was something I saw, and this was like the beginnings with Monsanto, which was a long time ago. And I can't. It was one of the seed oils. Yeah,
that was.
It's like they knew it was bad from the start. And I was watching this. I'm like, was Monsanto just always evil? I mean, it's like, and then
I saw that video. Was Monsanto always evil? Yes.
Yeah, and then it gets bought by Bayer. Yeah, it gets bought by Bayer. And it looks like the entire reason it still exists as a subsidiary is to take the heat for anything that gets produced that is harmful.
Yeah.
So Bayer can create it, settle on the Monsanto, and Monsanto gets, although the value, and I forget how many billions of dollars they bought it, and the value it's just been going down for decades. But man, I was just like,
when they, you know what happens to be a coincidence? Russia banned seed oil and imposed quotas on production, and what happens? There's suddenly a war.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It may be a coincidence because I think the money laundering scheme was coming undone. I think that's a bigger.
Yeah, but
the bigger reason they went to war.
No, but I'm just saying, for the last 10 years, we've been lied to, and that there's lots of things I agree that Russia shouldn't have done. I mean, there are animes that Russia has banned under the guise of protecting children.
Yeah.
There are some bans in Russia that I don't agree with. But okay, PBS for a long time has said seed oils are a rich source of omega-3 acids and safe due to decades of vigorous research. That these unsaturated fatty acids have many health benefits, including lowering the risk of heart disease and cholesterol levels. Tell me, in the last 10 years since PBS published this article, has heart attacks gone up or down?
Oh.
Has cholesterol gone up or down? Have these seed oils been good cholesterol?
Cholesterol is a red herring.
Yes.
Do you think
cholesterol is meaningless? Yep.
How so?
They can't.
I mean,
they can't.
not to disagree. I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
I'm about to tell you
needs
why.
it. Yeah, your brain needs cholesterol, and several of your major organs are made from it. Your body uses it in various things to repair. I can't remember if it's used for energy. Your triglycerides
it's
are
energy
really
transfer.
your triglycerides are really where that problem is, but it is not. Yeah, high cholesterol does not cause heart disease.
No, cholesterol is an energy transfer.
And there's no evidence to back that up. That was a supposition. That
same with omega-3.
And it comes back to Maynard. Is it Maynard Keynes? I always get him and The Economist.
No, it comes back to that Swedish woman who created the food pyramid, and she was an economist, not a health expert.
Yeah, but yeah, John Maynard Keynes was the economics. It was
economics guy.
Keyes.
He was the one who.
It was the nutritionist guy.
An economist, yeah, but an economist created your nutrition table. A PDF file created your government healthcare and sexual policies, such as LGBT.
Well, and a lot of that in the States, at least, I think after the war, a lot of that was created to help farmers.
Kenzie Institute.
Yeah, a lot of that was to help to get people to eat more grains to help the farmers.
Farmers, yeah, because post-war, the only thing that was in mass was U.S.
And then it wasn't DuPont.
California, not California, Canada with canola because they couldn't grow other wheat. They couldn't grow many other products.
Well, and then they spent 15 some odd years or 15 to 20 years genetically modifying it to increase yields. And so instead of having wheat that was as high as corn, you started getting wheat that's only waist high. But it produced more, but that also changed the protein that it is. It vastly increased the gluten levels. And then Roundup came along and we were spraying that on the plants.
And again, according to many so-called experts, the levels are too small to be harmful to humans. And people are saying no amount of mercury. The amounts of mercury, what they did was they increased the amount, but threshold. The UN said, oh, instead of 100 parts per thousand, we're going to make the threshold 1,000 parts per thousand. And this was a bunch of politicians, not a bunch of scientists, who made that decision.
How do we get the mercury?
No study. They just went, we'll change it. Whenever you hear expert study, it's money laundering, right? To politicians.
Yeah, well, it's just like then the more I hear about vaccines and their so-called, no placebo studies ever.
No.
It's just starting to sound like that was a scam the whole time. It was never.
It's the same with fruit.
Necessary.
It's the same with fruit oil. Do you know the majority of fruits we eat are not actually fit for human consumption, according to the UN's own report on food? There's a food table, and it ranks food from 0 to 100. Anything that falls below 30 is considered not fit for human consumption. Hate to tell you, peaches, pineapple, all fall below 30. They're too high in sugar, and they're too low in any meaningful levels of vitamins or minerals to be considered food.
Well, pineapple surprises me because I don't find pineapple very sweet at all. But
really, I love pineapple.
I don't like the texture. I eat it every once in a while. I will say this: when I really want to load up on a creatine fast, mixing it in the pineapple juice. The juice is from the pineapple, not the store-bought juice. Is really good because you need a little
variations of pineapple are high on the glycemic index, which takes them off the list of.
And then like in the States, I know I don't know what kind of bread you get there, but we have not only adulterated wheat. This is what people don't understand. It's not just the glyphosate, but then because our wheat tastes so horrible, there's a lot of sugar. And I don't care if you get whole wheat. You don't have to have, the honey bread. Just look at the amount of sugar that's in a slice of bread, and it's like crazy. And then you get the Wonder Bread and all that stuff that I don't know if it still does, but I remember it's almost 40 years ago now. Not almost, it's been more than 40 years when my mother was looking at the Feingold diet and all that stuff. There's ingredients that are in athlete's foot powder that show up in some of your fluffy breads. That's part of what makes it fluffy.
But the thing is, the moment you become, let's just say the government claims, we need further study. Yet the moment you become a professional athlete, you get a list of foods that you're not allowed to eat, or you get put on a very specific diet. And then they say, but that's because you're an athlete, But if people on the Japanese or the Mediterranean diet who aren't athletes are basically at peak performance, why isn't everybody told about these diets, Because the government can't produce enough food for this specific diet. This was the argument they made, right, 50 years ago. We can't produce enough food, okay?
Yeah.
If we can't produce enough food, how come we're feeding other populations and just basically when that country's overpopulated, they go, come over here. Because they're killing, this is ridiculous. But you got, and every time, Democrats say, think of the children. We got to feed the children. No, you don't. You know.
Hey, give us a watch real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just got offered $200 a day to go protest ICE in New York.
Oh yeah, I saw this yesterday.
No Kings. They said June 14th we're going to be protesting, and these are the streets that you need to be on, and this is what you need to do. You need to cause chaotic disruptions, and they said that there's going to be pallets of like bricks and different things everywhere that protesters could use. They really want to wreak havoc. It's kind of ridiculous. Me as an American, you know, although I need the money, I'm like, this is very, very unpatriotic. If I was to go take this money and go protest, it's not very American. It's not what I stand for. It's obviously not even, you know, worth the time. But, you know, $200 a day is what they're paying people to go protest. The corruption is up here because it goes way beyond these organizations. They want to destroy America, and you know, people like me that need money are gonna go do it. I'm not gonna go do it, but people are gonna go do it. They're gonna go destroy, you know, the city and cause chaos. It's just crazy that, you know, they're even paying people to go do this. It just goes to show that everything we deal with is corruption, and these people at the top level, like, who's paying for this? There's got to be some billionaires paying for this so that, you know, they could try to get Trump out or something. But, you know, $200 a day to go cause chaos is like crazy. Not worth it, but also like really fucked up.
Yeah, that's why I said $200. That's the guy's video I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Walmart heiress is paying for some of this. A lot of it came through USAID. The billions of dollars that Joe Biden admin pushed out the window, door.
Not Obama 2.0 dropped.
Yeah.
Airdropped. They airdropped $3 billion on the hours before Trump was inaugurated. Before Trump was inaugurated, Biden airdropped $3 billion on his way out the door.
Oh yeah,
they were busy signing checks before the inauguration.
That's crazy.
This is all the CIA. It was under CIA. It comes back to three main organizations: CIA, Mossad, and British intelligence, MI6.
Yeah.
Almost every bad thing in the world.
Yeah.
They overthrow Iran, overthrow Iraq. Let's start a war in the Congo. Let's. Hey, you want to go back further? You know, other government agencies that.
Yeah.
Let's put Hitler in charge.
The CIA, the OSS.
Yeah.
You know, and before that, they were just known. They were. I forget what they were called, but they had these organizations dating already back all the way back to Washington. Washington created a thing called the Midnight Watch.
Yeah. Well, it's like when the assassination of Lincoln happened, and Booth had, you know, that was one of the questions on the conspiracy side is how did he have the passwords to get out of Washington? He should never have been able to escape, but he did. Somebody let him through.
There's a story that the man who shot Wilkes Booth.
Sorry if that was loud.
Put up his head. The man who shot Wilkes Booth later testified that when he confronted him, he put up his hands and says, I'm not the real John Wilkes Booth," and he shot him. And he's sorry, and he was ordered to shoot him anyway, even though he was surrendering.
Dang.
Well, you can't. Yeah, dead men tell no tales.
Yeah, he wasn't the assassin. He said he saw the assassination and ran. They chased down the wrong man. Wilkes Booth got away. They chased down the wrong man, didn't want to admit it, so they created a cover story.
You know, the day before he was killed, his wife was like, "Abe, would it kill you to take me to the theater for once?"
Yeah.
You know it. You know it.
This war is over. Can we go out once?
Come on.
You don't take me anywhere.
But the thing is, what happened to the 2 Union soldiers who were supposed to be guarding the door?
They were told to
At Ford Theater.
take a cigarette break.
Yeah. Just like Diddy. Just like Diddy's watching his guards very carefully. If they go on every time they go on a break, he records it. He makes a phone call straight away. Because he's in the same wing as Epstein. Every time they take a cigarette break, he makes a phone call. I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying he's an innocent man, but, he knows what they did to Epstein. They made it very clear they have a tape. Really? That'd be interesting to know, like 12 months ago. Can we see this tape? No. Oh, really?
Trying to set up trying to make a thumbnail for tomorrow, by the way. That's why I'm being quiet.
Oh, Daily Mail's reporting another air alert in Iran.
Oh, really?
Iranian air defenses triggered over Tehran. Fresh Israeli after Israel strikes. Fresh Israel strikes.
Dang.
Early Saturday morning over there. Yeah. State media is reporting. Second wave of Iranian missiles intercepted over Jerusalem. They're exchanging fire yet again. Drones and missiles from both sides. Yeah. Iran.
Hold on. Let me get my I give a crap face out. What did I do with that thing? I don't know.
Hang on, I've got one. Labe,
I
I've
hope
got
they
you covered.
nuke each other back to hell and back.
I got you covered right here. Here.
Don't care.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Every time there's a hint of peace, Israel goes and whacks the hornet's nest and then complains. It's just like the left in the U.S.
Like, you're leaving out an important fact. Iran yesterday, 12 hours before Israel's strike, launched a missile. Houthis launched a missile at an Israeli aircraft. This time it was not Israel firing first.
Well, I know, but the PLO collapsed, so they created Hamas. They stood down on January 6th. They fired. They tried to sink the USS Liberty to try to start a war with Egypt. I know they're not the only ones. That's why I named the three organizations the secret parts of the three countries.
I'm just saying, Israel is a cat's paw. So is Iran. Let's not pretend. Let's not kid ourselves that both sides are being wind-up dolls.
Well, I know. Well, and Iran used to have twice in the last 100 years had pro-Western governments that wouldn't play along. Destroyed. And they were both overthrown by the same organization. And
put them in power.
Second time, we made sure they put in some wackadoodles in power, and then we complained about the wackadoodles in power.
Yay, wackadoodles.
Yeah,
it's like, stop hitting yourself in the head with a stick and your head will stop hurting.
Yeah. It's Eric Andre. What did he do that for?
Doctor, it hurts when I do this.
I bet it does.
Guess what? You know how we've been. The UN is finally going to take action against world population decline because it's creating economic instability. Guess what the trigger was? Not the birth decline in the United States, not the birth decline in Britain, not the fact that now 1 in 3 British are foreign born, not the fact that 1 in 5 Americans are foreign born, not the fact that Japan, Korea, Italy are looking at extinction by 2050. No, it's the population in decline in Mexico that's a crisis.
Mexico?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think they would care about me. I know I could see Africa because that's where that's one of their sources of.
Yeah, which is weird. I'm just saying for a weird story, the UN is now declined about the. I was worried about the decline in the birth rate of Mexicans. Because apparently,
Yeah.
Hondurans
Are they
somehow
taking
the,
up vaccines
most,
now too?
But what they're the reason why they're concerned is because they've all moved over into the U.S.
Well, they're on their way
Yeah.
home. They're on their way
Yeah.
back, so maybe they won't be so concerned in a month or two.
No, look, Mexico used to have very strict anti-immigration policies, but in the last 20 years they've been lax because they've been in popular.
Uh-oh. He completely
Replacement
froze.
did start in the United States.
there
It
he's back.
started in Mexico.
Yeah, I was wondering if that happened to anybody else but me. I was like, "What happened?"
Not just you.
So anyway, got another topic we cannot discuss?
Let's see.
We had
Oh, yeah.
thunderstorms rolling in when I was closing out the chickens, but it hasn't done anything yet.
The
so.
media's anti-baby agenda. How's this? Babies are ruining your friendships. Fuck off.
Okay.
Sometimes they
The
ruin.
media's mask is off.
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm
also
just
the
saying,
only way to
the-
keep the human race going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Yeah, the
technicality.
No. Well, if you've read Huxley, you've read and 1984, you've read the handbook. Isn't that
Yeah,
right? Blake?
well, that's the fake. Yeah, they're going to replace us all with robots.
Yeah.
Well,
But
even
basically,
Elon Musk
what
was
will
saying
happen
we'll have
is the elite. Yeah,
average
the elite's
American
plan
house will have two of them
futuristic
by
city.
is it
Yeah.
2030, 2040. I don't even know.
But what I don't get is if the elites want this society of all women served by robots, how are they going to replace themselves? Is it just Highlander? You know, the last one gets.
They'll
to inherit the earth or
upload
something?
their consciousness into the robot, David, and then they'll live in the robot.
But you can't upload consciousness.
I
That's
know
a
that,
fallacy.
but they want to believe it's real.
Yeah, I know.
They'll program an AI that has their brain pattern, so to them they will still be alive. 'Cause
Even though they're
who
not.
you are is in here, so if you can replicate that, you can truly reproduce in a very pure and spiritual sense, and not the messiness that comes with mixing your genes with some other human.
Yeah, the anti-sex league.
It'll be
If you
pure and holy.
If you look at the
Yeah.
Unholy Alliance, you look at what they're doing on Patreon. I mean, they're screwing me over at Patreon, but trying to get through to people, and you just can't. Okay, some of these people are so brain damaged, and we're just watching the world burn because they're just so brain damaged with. But we have to make the world a better place. Now,
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. Anybody remember Mary Poppins, the original?
No.
Spoonful
Yes.
of sugar.
Do you remember the mother? The mother
She
was a
was-
suffragette, and she
Yeah.
was ignoring her children. She thought they were an inconvenience and hired a nanny. And the nanny did not fix the children. The nanny found that the children had nothing wrong with them, that it was the parents. The father was a banker and the mother a suffragette.
I don't remember that
Disney
part.
read the book and felt that this was such a pro-family message that he personally funded the movie. And do you know what it takes to get a Hollywood, someone in Hollywood to use their own money? Now,
No.
yes, Mrs. Banks and Walt Disney clashed all the way through to production because he had limited time and limited budget because he was using his own money, and he cut a lot of the messaging out. But if you remember the key core facts of the movie, how they treated people who were different, right? How that they how society stifles the imagination of children, and yet the imagination of children is what fuels and funds our entertainment industry. That the cold-hearted banker isn't the savior of society, it's the destruction of society and family. That the suffragette who always thinks of the suffering of others is not the savior of society, but the cause of suffering in society. They create the damaged children that have no human empathy because they have no family. Mrs. Banks was trying to warn us back then that these two things, this left and right, were destroying society. Not the left, not the right. The left and the right were destroying society. Mary Poppins is far deeper than most people realize.
Why are we talking about Mary Poppins?
Because it was a very it was created to be a pro-family message against the feminist and corporatization of America.
Oh. Nice.
But Disney had so toned down the message that she felt that it never got across to the majority of people, which is why there was no follow-up movie or an entire series that was planned. So with many things that Disney had planned. But then again, he was butting heads with corporates as well.
Nice.
All right, Doc.
Huh?
Doc just left us a message. Yeah, he's still here. Hi, Doc.
I'm still here.
He's got to go.
I gotta take care of some family stuff, unfortunately.
Okay, guy.
Nice. All right, man.
Take care.
I will probably be here next week.
Well, yay. I might be late, by the way. So late,
Next
we
week
all
you
need
might
to
be
be on
late.
time.
Next
Okay.
week?
Yeah.
I'll try.
Put your chickens away earlier, man.
I had that. I did all that. It was finding the dog, Toby. He was just wandering all over there. I'm like, I had to get the shovel out and shoo him into the house.
Nice. My dog's got an electric fence. He's also laying here right in the floor.
He didn't leave the yard. It's just I'm like, because the other two were done. They're like, hey, it's thundering. We're done. Toby's just. I smell something.
How many dogs do you got?
3.
Oh, dude, I can't do
And
that.
he's the old mixed terrier mix.
I can't.
Peace, man.
Peace and good fortune. And R.I.P. Brian Wilson.
Who's
Yeah.
Brian Wilson?
Who's Brian
And
Wilson?
Friday the 13th only has
2
more hours where I am.
Who's
David's
Brian
already in.
Wilson? And you say I hate you. Give me a break.
Yeah, I'm already
That's
on
all.
Saturday.
Beach
the
Boys,
14th.
dude.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys.
Look at Brian
Oh,
Wilson.
okay.
I'll see you next.
I know the Beach
All right.
Boys. I just didn't know.
It was
I
his
don't know
2
their
daughters
names.
who were 2/3 of Wilson and Phillips.
Oh.
Though they don't look anything alike. They were
Interesting.
the tall one and the fat one. The redhead and the brunette. The blonde was Phillips. She's, what's her name? Oh, she was with her, the Mamas and the Papas. Not Leslie Phillips. Come on, David, you remember the Mamas and the Papas?
I remember the band, but I don't know any.
No.
I don't know their names.
No, I didn't remember.
The blonde chick's name.
No.
He didn't know that all the leaves are brown and the skies are gray.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. No.
Well,
American
Mama
folk
Cass
music
became-
wasn't very popular here.
First
Yeah.
off, it was cool here.
Michelle Phillips. Well, and I technically that was before my time, but I kind of grew up with that music.
So all the leaves are brown and the
My
skies
mother
are
was
gray.
into Kiss. My mother was into Kiss and Queen.
Queen?
California
Yeah.
Dreaming.
Do they go that
We
far
were-
back
we
in
had-
time? Kiss is
Yes,
really mostly
they
the
started in
70s.
1979. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Queen, yeah, 1970.
At the races.
Kiss. Started in 73. All right.
How old do you think that California Dreamin' song is?
65, isn't it?
My
I
mother
don't know.
had
So I'm
also,
asking you. David, I
66?
posted a link in the
Yep.
in the chat. You can check it
Yep.
out. That's the song we're talking about.
Righto.
It's a good
65.
jam.
Yeah.
It's a
And
good
Michelle
jam.
was really the destructive force that tore the band apart. But anyway, was she married to what's his name?
Well, I've actually heard
John
this
Phillips.
song.
Yeah.
Dude,
It was in the
I'm
Wonder
li-
Years. I heard this song. It was a part of the tune was in the Wonder Years.
So hold up.
Let us
I'm
see.
watching this
Okay,
video,
this
right?
is-
And I don't know that I've ever watched them actually sing. All right. I'm used to hearing the dudes like singing it, and I'm not really paying attention to the background. All right. I've got it on mute, and I was just watching it, and I was like, well, now they should be saying all the leaves are brown. But the background singers are off a bit, and they're singing very slowly. So if you watch their voice and you kind of know what it's going to be saying, they're like, all the leaves are brown.
Yeah. That was a television show. That was probably a dub too. They
Probably, but
just
it's still
played
really
it lip
funny.
synced.
But that like for the background performances, I didn't realize they were that slow.
I didn't know they had any background performances.
Well, it's the look, man. Them two chicks, they're singing background. All right.
Oh, they're singing harmony, not
Well,
background.
whatever.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Potato.
David, did you ever hear the Animals sing "House of the Rising Sun"?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes.
That's a
It
real
was
good
a
one.
theme song, I think, in the 70s for a lot of cult films.
It was. It was a good one.
Mamas and the Papas was a theme song for a lot of TV shows about the 60s. And if you hear the opening track, you probably heard it many times in many TV shows.
Yeah. Now what's crazy is the Doors, that Riders on the Storm, I can only hear it now like it was in Need for Speed. Was it Underground 2?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever heard it like without it. Riders on the Storm.
Yeah.
Without the
Riders
rap.
on the storm. Dun, 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 dun. That's about all I know.
I forget what movie it was associated with, but it was associated with a number of movies. I was also known as the American Way. Oh, Dennis Hopper yeah. It was actually
What,
a
Riders
movie.
on the Storm or some other song?
No.
Yeah, Riders on the Storm was
Dennis Hopper
like the
is
original like the
anti-war.
screen opening for Need for Speed Underground 2. But there was a rap segment, like it was a remix song, and it was, I want to say Exhibit. Hold up, I'm gonna have to. No, Snoop Dogg. That's what it was. Riders on the Storm for Need for Speed Underground 2. That's what it was. It was Snoop Dogg and the Doors. That's what it was.
Dennis Hopper but Dennis Hopper playing the music back when it was released is what made it famous, which is weird.
Like, there you go. I sent you. Yeah. It's cool, but like you hear I don't know that I've ever heard the original.
No. And it's not that old. It's one of their last, not one of their first.
I forget you guys can't hear anything, so I'm just sitting here jamming. You guys are looking at me like I'm a moron.
Yeah.
Because it's Riders on the Storm.
And we're going to get copyrighted strike.
Forget YouTube. I don't care. YouTube sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love watching YouTube, but dude, it's ridiculous. But I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about more?
Rock lobster.
What?
Slush turtles. Talk about. You asked.
Well,
I thought we were doing musical highlights. So
I don't know. Now I'm just kind of rambling on. Now I'm bored.
Well, tomorrow's gonna be. It's a good thing I don't live in a metro area.
I got to drive to a metro area tomorrow.
Leap,
Where?
you
Charlotte.
stay home, Leap.
No, I got to pick
So
him up
it
at
has-
the airport. His flight
So
doesn't
what's
come in.
happened with the
So he's
protests?
going from Austin to Dulles, or from Dulles to Charlotte.
Where you got to go? Charlotte?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Nice.
And staying overnight because his flight comes in a little before midnight if it's not delayed.
You should call up Ric Flair and ask him if you could crash at his place. Hey, Rick, nature boy, Ric Flair.
And I got a hotel about a half hour from the airport, but
Oh, nice.
but I will be
Protest. U.S. Marines have made arrests in Blue City, right? First arrests have been made today.
What's these things you
Tonight.
Oh, Snoop
There's
Dogg
a
in the door.
news-
Okay.
Apparently, Diddy pays a huge fortune to still paying a fortune to Sting for sampling his track.
Or who?
Okay, Texas officials have swept in on a protest and made massive arrests. It's freaking. They keep saying, "We got news for you," and putting all these bloody pop-ups on top of it. Okay, Texas officials have responded to property damage as nationwide protests arrest. The Governor Abbott has deployed the National Guard across Texas, and arrests have been made as agitators turned violent in Austin. And the mugshots look like the kind of people beat up by Batman. I mean, these are some whacked out people with blackened eyes, cropped hair or wild hair. That just seem to look. They just look like your typical lineup of drug-crazed loons. Pale skin, dull stares.
Yeah. No, what I was saying, I was trying to figure out how to say that I will be traveling as though I were still in the mountains. Put it that way.
Are you not going to be in the mountains?
No, I got to drive to Charlotte.
Oh.
But people on both sides of the state line possess things while they're traveling all around. Sometimes multiple such things.
Yeah.
As a matter of habit. Because you don't know what kind of bar you're going to meet on the back roads. Or a coyote, for that matter. Well, that was when they were saying they were going to do all this, 1,100 different cities or whatever. And I know some places they're probably going to do Nashville or Memphis or something like that. But Tennessee's a constitutional carry state, and people open carry into the liquor store around here. So,
yeah.
What's the liquor store's called over there?
Huh?
What's the liquor store's called over there?
Whatever the owner wants to call it. Yeah, they're not
right,
ABC
but I'm saying
or anything.
Like here in Virginia, it's the Virginia ABC store.
Yeah, we don't have that.
I know.
Some places call them a package store, like down in Johnson City. There's it's the liquor store. They call it. That's what they name it. I mean, you got Mountain City Spirits, and you got Black Bear Wine and Liquor. So whatever they want to call it. And North Carolina has something similar. I don't remember if they call them ABC. They might. Alcohol. Something. I don't know. Bureau control. And then, like I know, at least it used to be like in Pennsylvania, in some states, you can buy like a 6-pack at a grocery store. But if you want more than that, you have to buy it at a package. That's part of why they call it a package store, because then you get it in a case.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have, at least not around here that I know of, like what they call brew-throughs. When I lived in Ohio,
yeah,
you could just pull into, and say, I need 2 12-packs of Bud Light, and they put it right in your car.
Yep. The old brew-throughs, they got it at the beach, man.
And it's cold.
Can't get no more American than that. Just drive through the store.
You can't get more American. Speaking of which, I also got this at Comic-Con.
What is that? Cash Blaster?
Oh, it shoots
nice.
Yeah. So whenever I get a super chat or anything, that thing's gonna go off.
Oh, nice. How easy is it to reload it?
You just put 50. You just put 50 of these. You put 50 Benjamins in, and you're good to go.
Right.
I tried doing a full one, but unfortunately it got stuck. So I'm like, okay, I put way too much. So now it's like, great, where's it gonna go? But it was a lot of fun. This was really cool. The other ones they had like a cat and a UFO abducting a mouse. They had 2 Star Trek ones, a communicator and the USS Enterprise. Both of them light up. The Batman symbol, the Spider-Man symbol, they both light up, and a wheel where you could write different things on it. I should have gotten that. That would have been cool, because all I had to do is just hold it up, and it's like, for $1 super chat, I spin the wheel and do something absurd, like I just hop in my chair, or I try and balance on it with one foot while upside down.
Nice.
But I'm like, nah, that won't work, and I'm probably gonna end up with a broken neck or monitor or what have you. And then what? So I just went with this. I just went with this, something safe, fun, and everything. And don't worry, YouTube. It's just a cat. It's a cash blaster. It's a lot of fun. Even though it has a trigger and everything, it's not a gun. It just fires dollar bills, y'all.
Dollar bill, y'all.
That's all it does.
The dollar bill.
I need to get a hold of my channel artist and see if she can do like an animated version of me holding 2 of these and firing both of them up at the same time. Whenever that happens. It's like, yay!
Nice. All right, y'all. Y'all ready to call it for the evening? And,
Yep. I got lots to do tomorrow before I leave.
What do you got to do tomorrow?
We got to go down to Johnson City, get some medication for Toby. We got to get stuff at the meat store. Hopefully drop by the liquor beer, the libation station. That's what it's called.
Nice.
Yeah, better beer selection than up here. And then come back, and about 6 o'clock, hopefully I'll be on the road. He was looking for cheap flights. He's probably going to end up moving out to Austin, unfortunately, right in the middle of all this mess. So
that stinks.
Yeah.
Guess what the New York Times is now? I was going to say, you want a good laugh? The New York Times is now claiming that people have Obama derangement syndrome.
Obama derangement syndrome.
Yeah, I know, right? The
I
left
didn't like
can't
Obama
lead.
because he was a Marxist, and he said he was.
But
And
the
his
thing
policy
is,
showed that.
the left can't lead. You know, every time the right come up with something clever, the left scrub out Trump. Trump derangement syndrome, scrub it out, put Obama syndrome, and say we created that. You stole our ideas.
Yeah, we did that.
Right.
The left can't mean.
They should claim we have a Biden derangement syndrome.
But
Yeah.
they're showing their true colors. They're showing that Biden wasn't president.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, tomorrow we're gonna be playing Gears of War 4 from Game Pass. So that should be. Excuse me. That should be fun and entertaining. I had a hot pepper that I grew, and on a flower, some kind of thing that my wife got. It was like hot peppers, and I ate one to be macho, muy macho, and yeah, it was hot. So
Yeah.
now I'm burping it up, but yeah, tomorrow morning 7 a.m. Coffee and Gaming, we're gonna be playing Gears of War, and it's gonna be a good time. So check out everybody's channel. Lape's got stuff going on. Anime Night's always got stuff going on. And check out David. They all three have channel links down below in the description. You guys can go check them out. They're usually doing stuff all the time. Lape's always drinking beer. Yay.
I got to get back to editing. I recorded stuff. I've got it on my Mac sitting over here. I just have to get it edited.
Nice. I stopped drinking a long time ago. So.
All right.
You guys have a great night. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
See ya. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. Fuck you, New World Order. Fuck you, Bill Gates.
I love you. You gotta do better than that. I love you.